everyone. Today I'm just responding to the initial post about teaching and learning music and just talking about some of the experiences that I've had. So, similarly to both of Rachel and Shelby, I had a teacher that was super enthusiastic about music. Actually, my first teacher, I would say, that taught me music was my kindergarten teacher, and that was before we went to specials. And she just did an amazing job of including music in the classroom. She had a piano in her classroom. Like, she was a normal teacher, she wasn't a music teacher, but she did a great job with involving different types of music in the classroom and helped us learn songs that would help us with other subject areas. So I would say that that was my first probably exposure to music in school. And then after that, my music teacher was very enthusiastic. Just like you guys, we would come to the classroom every day and she would immediately have just a smile on her face, and she'd be playing the piano and really got us psyched up to be there. Also, another thing that was similar to you guys was that we also played instruments. I remember having a recorder, but I don't remember playing it in the classroom. I don't know if I was just young and that was during a time that I don't really remember or something, but I'm not super certain that I played the recorder in elementary school. I do remember playing like the xylophone, triangle, glockenspiel, drums, stuff like that. That was more like portable and little that you could easily put it on your lap or play. And I really, really liked doing that stuff. Also, my teachers used a lot of rote teaching, so we would be repeating a lot. She would sing a little like phrase, and then we would repeat it after that, and that helped us learn songs a lot. Also, another thing was that my teacher taught us songs that we knew sometimes, so that made it even more engaging for us because we knew the song already, and we were like, oh yeah, like we can sing this song, and this is one of our songs that we're familiar with on the radio. So that was really helpful to have in there because sometimes, we do a lot of songs out of the book or songs that were like nursery rhymes that weren't as like fun to sing, but singing songs that we were familiar with was usually really cool for us. Also, my teacher in elementary school for music and throughout high school and middle school, we would have Christmas programs, Veterans Day programs, end of the year programs, where we would perform in front of the whole school, and members of the community were invited, and we would sell tickets and stuff like that. And I just thought that that was a great way to get in front of audiences and kind of have that exposure to just being in front of people, and as well as the people coming to it. Like, I'm sure there were members of the community that are not directly involved with the arts, so that exposure for them was probably really good. Also, I can relate to Shelby with the dance. I took ballet for 10 years, and usually that was something that was really easy for me in music, was finding the beat, keeping the melody, and I also was involved with singing, so I was really good at finding harmonies and things like that, so that really helped me. And Rachel, I also relate to you with the books. We had our own music books, but every single time we would come into class and use books, I always did not look forward to it at all because I didn't want to be sitting there reading a book. I wanted to sing, I wanted to play instruments and really get hands-on, and a book was not usually something that I wanted to come into with. And finally, the last thing that I really enjoyed in my music experience was, one of the things I remember is that we went to the computer lab one time and we composed our own songs on a computer program, and we were able to pick out quarter notes, half notes, eighth notes, like any note that you can think of, and we would be able to use like different instruments on the program, or yeah, on the computer program, and like incorporate like, oh, you can play the violin during this portion, you can add this here and this there. And so we were able to compose our own songs, and we had headphones in our ears, so like we weren't nervous about other people hearing our song or judging it. But that was something that I really enjoyed, because it was almost like, well, I can't really play an instrument in real life, but I can do this on the computer, and it was pretty rewarding. So those are some of my musical experiences, as well as teaching and learning. And I think that these are all things that need to be considered when we're teaching music in the classroom. We want it to be engaging. We don't want it to be boring for children. So I can't wait to hear what everybody else has to say about their teaching and learning experiences as well.